What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another WNBA Live play-by-play. This time we got the Lynx and the Dream, two teams. Let's be real, kind of been standing out mostly because obviously the Dream coming in this one 7-3. And the last 10 games coming off a quick loss. And let's see who. So let's take a look-see. Nope. Actually, because the only loss during this but hey, should be a lot of fun here tonight. What's going on, normal guy? I got Angel Gray and Tabitha Turner. And yep. Oh my God. Get in here. Stupid cat. So Nafisa Collier, so far first in points per game, 6th in rebounds, 8th in field goal percentage, and 3rd and all in the league with 93% from the free throw line. So yeah, it should be and 22 and a half points per game for Howard the last 2 games. Doesn't surprise me, not one bit from her. Anyways. She ain't kidding. Alicia Gray, 6 games with 20 plus points. Should we get ready for tip off in just a tad soon? Anyways. Now let's look at the start line. Start the lineups. You got Courtney Williams, Caleb McBride, Bridget Carlton, Nafisa Collier, and Alana Smith for the Lynx. Then you got Jordan Canada, Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, Brianna Jones, and Brittany Griner. Kind of your standard 5 between the two teams with double-digit wins on the year. But yeah. We got the over-under at 157. Obviously, the Lynx favored against the Dream here in Atlanta. And Atlanta wins the tip-off. Out to Griner in the post. That is good for 2. Nice little start for the Dream. So now we got Williams. Now, that 2 is good. Nice little mid-range jumper. There's Howard. Looking. Now to Griner in the post. The Gray gets the handoff now to Griner. Back to Gray. Gray for 3. A little bit short. And there's a rebound by Williams. Here's McBride. McBride to Williams. Now to Alana Smith for 3. No. And offensive rebound pulled by Collier. There's McBride. McBride around. No. And loses the basketball. So now here comes Gray. Out to Howard. And so picked up the first. Looking. Nope. Griner gets it out to. And we got another foul going against the Lynx. That's gonna be their second. Actually, no. Now we got a jump ball. My bad. So now we got a mismatch for the jump ball. They ain't wrong on that. So I got Griner looking. Tough defense by the Lynx. Hands off to Howard. Howard for three. No. And there's Alana Smith pulling down the board. Pulling up. Williams open three. No, a little bit too strong. And Griner pulls down the board. And now I got Canada leading the charge. Hands up to Griner. Back to Canada. Canada looking back to Griner at the top of the key. Hands it off to Alicia Gray. And now we got another foul. And that's going to be a. So not wrong on that. So now I got Collier. Out to McBride. McBride, a little help with the screen from Alana Smith. McBride on the baseline. Kicks it out to Collier. Open three. Down it goes from the fist of Collier. Already a quick to 5-2 lead for the Lynx. So now we got Gray. And that is no nice steal by the Lynx. And here comes Williams, one-on-one, up in nice coast to coast for two for Courtney Williams. Now leads up to 5 for the Minnesota Lynx. So now we got Canada picked up by Williams and now we got a reach in. Looks like that's going to go against the Lynx. And then a bit of a dangerous pass, I would say, from not wrong on that. So now we got Gray out to Griner. That's turned over. Picked up by Courtney Williams. Nice ball movement out to Alana Smith for three. Yes, sir. That is good for three from Alana Smith. Here comes Alyssa Gray. Posting up on Williams. Hands it out. Hands it up to Gray. Gray out to Griner. Hands it up to Howard. Almost had her picked it off. Howard from the mid. Can she get a go? Yes, she does. It gets the friendly bouncy. So we got Williams. And that gets knocked out of bounds. Stops the clock at 6:36 here in the first. Now got a couple substitutions. Now we got Tiana Powell coming off the bench for Jordan Canada. And also now Smith. And that was kind of ugly. Here comes Powell leading the point. Nice look out to Nas Hillman. Back to Powell. Yeah, Powell under 6.5. Hands it up to Howard. Howard looking. Back to Hillman. Back to Powell on the wing. Now back to Griner in the post. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Turn around, baby hook, and we'll draw the contact. It's going to go to the line for 2 for Brittany Griner. I got to sneeze. So, and the first free throw is good. It looks like we're going to have. Oh, where are we at? I looks like we're going to have Brianna Jones about to check in for the Dream. And the second free throw is good. She hits them both. So now we got Williams. And then out to McBride in the paint. A little fadeaway 2. That's good. Nice little help defense from the. Now we got Pow to Gray. Out to Hillman. Hillman to Gray. Now to Howard in the corner. Double team out to Hill. Now she out to Gray. Kicks it out. And now we got a. That's going to be the 14 foul on the Lynx. A little bit kind of getting themselves into foul trouble here early. A side out for Atlanta. So now we got Pow. Screen by Hillman. Hands up to Hillman. Hillman out to Howard for the mid-range. Down it goes for Ryan Howard. Now we got Collier taking it herself on the baseline. Scoop and score. That is good for 2 from Nafisa Collier, which technically, for me, my heavy favorite to win the WNBA MVP. Well, we'll see how that goes. And Howard has her pocket picked. Here comes Courtney Williams from coast to coast, and that is good for 2. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's already 8-point lead for the Minnesota Lynx. Pow looking out to Hillman now, and that is a quick turnover. And that was intended for Brianna Jones in the post. 4:47, and we're going to be taking a little quick time out here in Atlanta. But for those anybody that's in here, make sure you guys hit the like button. Definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure to ring that notification bell for all post notifications and all that good stuff. Well, let's actually take a look at the. Anyways, shout out to the 8 total people that's been eating up in this bitch. All right, take a look at the draft tracker for the NHL because I don't know if I would even want to do hockey. NBA for sure, that's coming back 100%, but just not going to be the Sixers. Because let's be real. Anybody knows how I feel over Sixers? Don't even have to ask. But still, I mean, let's take a look. No, not that. Go to ESPN. But hey, it is what it is, right? Get to the tracker. That, but hey, any goddamn way. But hey, what can you do? Actually, coming out of the quick timeout. Yeah, so 2 teams coming in and coming off. Yep. So now we got Williams and the Lynx holding 8 here in the first quarter. Now we got Bridget Carlson on the floor. McBride for three. No, it's too strong with the iron. Here comes Alicia Gray. Out to Howard. Howard looking, getting posted by Carlson. Howard, deep three. No, short. Offensive board by Jones and puts it back for two. So nice little putback for Jones. Cuts it down to 6. Now we got Williams. Williams out to Collier. To the basket. Little fadeaway jumper. No. Rebound. Here comes the Dream. Here comes the Gray. Taking it herself up the lane. And going to the contact. Going to the line for 2. 2 free throws coming for Alicia Gray. And that's going to be on Jessica Shepard. I think that's where they're going to give it on Shepard. Yep, it is on Jessica Shepard. That's her first. Team's 5th. Now that puts Atlanta in the bonus. And the first by Gray. That is good. Leads now to 5. Now here comes Brittany Griner for Nas Hillman. So far on the season, 19.7 points per game on 43% shooting from 3. Also going along with 5 rebounds and just under 4 assists a game for Alicia Gray. And also she has 6 games when she averages over 20 plus. And she hits them both. So now we got Williams. So Gray's now tied for 5th in the WNBA in scoring. Williams to Collier for 3. Yes, sir. That is good for 3 from Nafisa Collier. So now I got Pow. So far, 8 points from Collier, 2 for 2 from 3. So Pow looking. Hands to Gray. Back to Pow. Pow. She pulls up from 3. No. And there goes Griner chasing down the board. Hands it out to Gray. Now to Pow. Pow up and under. That is good for 2 from the young rookie Pow out of USC. Williams to Collier from deep 2. There it goes. That is 10 points for Nafisa Collier. And Bree Jones is going to get more substitutions coming in. Now we got Maya Caldwell and Shatori Walker Kimbrough coming in for the Dream. Just a moving screen. Gets you every time. Yeah. So under 3 minutes to play. Side out for the Lynx. Now holding 7 here in the first quarter. So now it looks like we got Caldwell. So yeah, I will say. Now got Natisha Heidemann now on the floor for the Lynx. Collier. Good ball movement out to McBride with a little floater. Can it get that to fall? Nope. So Lynx somehow retain possession after Griner fumbles it out of bounds. Anyways. So now here comes Alicia Gray off the bench for Maya Caldwell. Now. So Tahina Pow, she commits her first, team second. So Collier to the line for 2. She hits the first. Now here comes Pow off the floor for looks like like Jordan Canada's back on the floor. McBride, little catch and shoot. Down it goes. Now Gray to Howard. Howard on the wing. And here comes Howard on the... We'll have to pull her right back out. Double team by the Lynx. Hence, nice little cut and take Reiner for 2. Howard's already put a career high in assists at 4.7 a game. They got Heidemann to the basket and gets blocked from behind. Oh, no, never mind. That is a foul. Okay. Okay, we see the replay. Yeah. Nah, just the top of the head. And gets the left arm and a little bit. Don't kind of. So, a couple free. So that's a delay game technical being assessed against Atlanta. So Natisha Heidemann to the line. And the first, she hits it. So leads up to 9 for the Lynx. And the second hits them both. Now leads up to 10. So now we got Canada picked up by Heidemann. Now to Howard, thought about a 3. Hands it out to Jones. Now to Canada. Canada around the screen by Brianna Jones, taking it to the basket with a nice little finger roll. Good for 2. Now I got Collier leading the charge for the Lynx. He hands it all out to McBride. McBride looking to Heidemann. Thought about a corner 3. Steps inside. Puts the brakes on. And that is good for 2 from Jessica Shepard. A nice little backup center for the Lynx. Here comes Canada down 10 here in the first quarter. About $1:20 to go. Canada taking herself and almost winds up almost overthrown. And tough shot for Brittany Griner. Cuts it down. Down to 8. It's a nice little look. So now Shepard. Now to Collier. And we also got Carly Samuelson now on the floor. 3, no good. Here comes Alicia Gray with the board. Taking it herself for Atlanta. Almost had a heat check. I got 47.5 remaining here. Another turnover by the Dream. So now we got Shepard to McBride. Almost walked with it, and we got a jump ball at the... So we got a jump ball going. Right here, Trey with a good hand, recovering defensively, just gets in there, and ties it up, just snatches it away at the end. Pretty much. So 37 seconds flat here in the first quarter. So it looks like we're going the other way. It's Dream basketball. We got a 3-second violation. So now we got Canada splitting a couple defenders up and under. No good. And that's Shepard with the board. And takes it herself. About under 25, about here at the 22nd mark here in the first quarter. Now we got Heidemann. 15 seconds. Heidemann Tough shot and gets it off. And oh, that's a tough foul on Samuelson. And it stops the clock at 1.6. I mean, I'm fine. And boom. Oh, right the tailbone. Hey, landed right on her ass. Tough fall, but she looks fine. Second foul, team's fourth. All right. Quarter one of the books. All right. So the Lynx take quarter one 28-20 while we go into a quick commercial break. So far, Lynx kind of just doing what they normally do as usual. Kind of just take it, I guess you could say. But at the same time, she might as well pull up the YouTube TV for a little bit. I just gotta check out the NHL draft. I gotta see. Yeah, can we just watch this? There we go. But I can't really complain too much. Okay, well, that doesn't help. Oh, let me see something. Yo, because who did the fly? The Flyers not picky. Let me see. Yeah, Misa, Frondel. All right, so we still gotta wait for nah. I mean, that's kind of fun. Yeah, we got three. Yeah, 3 first round picks. Good gravy. 6, 22, and 30 and 31. Anyways, thank God at least I didn't really miss much. But hey, can't really say too much. And a game break before the 8 o'clock hour here on the East Coast, 5 o'clock on the West for my West Coast people. And shout out to anybody who's coming from Atlanta watching this or is in person. Over tonight, 4 or 5 from the floor, 1 rebound, 11 points for Nafisa Collier. So now we got Williams, tough shot, no short. And here comes Atlanta or Alicia Gray coming up with the rebound. Here comes Canada. Okay, now Gray, or so that's Howard. Canada out to Griner in the post, double team. Kicks out to Canada. Canada for 2. Down it goes. So Jordan Canada getting at least keeps making that dent in for that Lynx lead. Samuelson to Shepard. Now out to Williams. Williams looking to Shepard. Back to Williams. Williams to Shepard. Shepard looking. Hands off to Samuelson, or no, it's Bridget Carlson for 2. That is good. Leads back up to 8.
With a hand in your face. What did Ross Mesco tell us earlier? Just the pace in which they play, everyone is a threat. Anyone can go off.
So now we got Canada. Canada for 3. No, that's a complete fucking airball.
The defense for the Lynx just causing Atlanta to be uncomfortable. I like.
Well, that's what you want to do against a team that lives by the 3 and could probably die by the 3. So 57% from the field tonight with 6 different players who scored. Here comes Williams, leading the point. Now to Alana Smith, wide open 3, and rattles it home for 3. Leads now up to 11 for the Minnesota Lynx. That's a 4-3, and right now Atlanta 0 for 5. Like I said, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. So that's Griner to Howard, or sorry, that's Gray. Now back to Griner in the post, taking on nice little move for 2. Under 8 minutes to go here in the first half. And now we got Williams to Shepard. Nice hand up to Smith off the glass for 2. That is good. And that's another turn. Oh, another turnover by the lane. Oh, nope. And here comes Jones off the glass. And Jones somehow keeps it alive. Now the lead's down to 9. Now we got Williams. Directing traffic for Williams. Now to Smith. Back to Lana Smith looking. Hands to the Shepherd. Now to Samuelson. Or that's McBride. And there's a foul. We got someone reaching their hand to the cookie jar. And that's going to be Alicia Gray. That's going to be her. Another personal for her.
Is the one that commits the foul, but in my opinion, that's Carlton who is coming up and creating that contact.
7:05. So side out for the Lynx. Now we got Williams. Williams. Deep 2. No. And Griner almost. So now we got Gray. Gray now to Jones in the post. Can it go? Yes, sir. 35-28 here. Still holding in the lead for the Lynx. So under 6.5 to go. So Dream outscoring the Lynx 20-12 from the paint. So now we have Smith with the ball in her hands, hands it back to Williams. Williams, nice little thread through, and that's good for 2 from Alana Smith. So now we got Pow, and now we got offensive foul. We're going the other way. And that was Alana Smith taking the charge. Looks like it's going to be okay. Looks like Griner's. Looks like we're going to have a coach's challenge. So now we got a result. So quick commercial break. Let me see something. See how anything else. Well. Anyways, though, on my knees.
All season long, this is what she's been doing. Instant offense. Just infectious. You get someone to a game or watch a game on TV, they cannot go away. Spotlight on Ion is sponsored by FanDuel.
All righty. So 6:03. Okay, so yeah, it's just a little common foul. So now we got Collier to Williams, and now we got another foul going against Atlanta. Yeah, that's something you don't want to see.
What I think worked for Atlanta to start this second quarter was the amount of movement that they were doing at the offensive end. Early on in the game, they got a lot of live ball turnovers because they were directing the passes straight in without giving pass space. Now they were using a lot of elusive ball movements to try to get open. Okay, and now a word from Chile.
All righty. A little quick picture-in-picture commercial, but shit. But 37-28 lead here in the first half. So I mean, it should be interesting. See what the Lynx gonna do. Another 6 minutes to play. So the Lynx so far this season averaging as a team with 83.4 points per game, which is tied for third, and first in assists at 23.2, first in blocks at 5.1, and second in field goal percentage at 47%. So I mean, obviously the Lynx last year coming up short in the WNBA finals against the Liberty, which I did stream those two games. Each game we do, they're going to be in a playlist. So far, this is our 40. This is going to be our 40th game we've done since covering the WNBA. I think dating back last year, the year earlier the year prior to that. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun covering the WNBA as well. And yes, I know for those people who wonder why'd I have Mercy Rule last time. Not because, well, A, yes, I was kind of irritated with my aces the way how they played, and B, it just got very fucking ugly. So, I will hardly ever do the Mercy Rule nonsense, but really looking at it, it's like, yeah. I mean, well, Collier made it clearly she wants to win a championship for Minnesota. Which do you blame her? No, I don't. So, side out for Minnesota. So now we got Collier, now to Smith, now to McBride. McBride to the basket. Kicks it out for 3. Yes, sir. And that is Bridget Carlton. And bumps it up to freaking 12. If my mouth's doing me. That's 5. The 5th 3 for the Lynx. Tough shot. And no. And there's Bridget Carlton coming up with the rebound. Here comes Collier. Up by 12. He hands it out to nice ball moving back to Collier. Williams wide open 3. No, that's short. A little bit strong. Nice offensive rebound to Alana Smith. Williams. Carlton for 3 again. It hits. And now the lead's back up to 15. And the Atlanta Dream takes a timeout. Oh boy, this is going to be like the same shit. Yeah, was that 6 for 11 from 3? Jesus Christ. But hey. Anyways, though, let's. Ooh. So, other scoring updates around the league. You have. Actually, since while we're here, let's look at the scores around the league, especially for today. Because right now, you got the Wings and the Fever, which. Oh boy, it is a. I don't know who has a rougher watch, us Aces fans or the fucking Wings. Because right now, currently, we're in the second quarter for between the Wings and the Fever. The Fever is still leading 45-28, and other games you stuck got gone on later today. You have Connecticut and Seattle. I think Seattle's going to blow the doors off of them. I think the one that's going to be, I would say, not. I'm going to say not going to push it the game of the night, but I do think there's an argument to that. It's the Phoenix Mercury and the New York Liberty, and then you got the Valkyries taking on the Sky, which the Sky, they're been disappointing to say the least. Like to not try to poke fun at the Sky, but if you really look at how this team has performed, overall, it's not pretty, for lack of a better term. Obviously, McBride was the 3rd overall pick in the 2014 draft, and that's the time when they still had the San Antonio Stars, which now became the Vegas Aces. But now we got Pow Pow. And that Jones almost turns it over. Jones to Pow Pow, who sticks with it. 2 seconds of the shot clock, chucks it, and so now we got another shot clock violation. Good defense by the Lynx. 4:41 to go. Leads now, largest lead now to 15. That's the 9 turnovers compared to the 4 for the Lynx. So you're not wrong on that. So here comes Collier. He pulls up from 2. Down it goes. Damn, already 18 points for an official Collier. Jesus Christ. 45-28. Under 4.5 to go. And now, oh, and McBride almost had it just by fingertip. Howard chucks a three. Down it goes. And Williams will pull right back out. Out to Collier. Collier wide open. Three. No, short at the front rim. And there's Alicia Gray coming down with the board. And here comes the Dream down 14. And that two is good. And that's a nice little two from Alicia Gray. Does anybody know why the scoreboard's still not? Oh, what the fuck? Hold up, y'all. What the hell? Okay, we really doing this, huh? Oh, really? Oh, you gotta be joking. Really? Already technical difficulties? What the fuck, dude? Oh, Lord. Let me... Oh, my. Shout out to everyone that's been here with me. But so far, all right, to the ESPN app we go so I can see. Dun, 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 dun. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. Okay, 3:22 on the clock. While at the same time, I wonder. Give me something. Let me see something. Let me check. Yeah, well. So it looks like I haven't already experiencing typical. So, well, whoever is doing the production for the. Nope, still. Anyway, so but shout out to the 19 to make that 20 actually. Any goddamn thing on the side I want to fix this shit. But what can you do for a Klondike bar? So experiencing technical difficulties, so while we're here, it's Stella here for crying out loud. Because Lord Almighty. Yep. It's not even done the first half. Anyways, so like I said, I'm gonna see because if this doesn't come back on, um, we're probably gonna have to cut this short again, which I don't want to do that. But the problem is, anyways. All right, so I'm gonna give it some time. So, if anyone's got any questions for me, shit, laying on me while we're here, because good grief, like for the most times that I've done. I mean, look, I have technical difficulties myself, but and seeing the first time watching the WNBA ever have a broadcast that it has technical difficulties, that's a first for me. That what do we? So well, so yeah. So right now, for those orders coming in, we're to be honest, I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, the thing is, too, it's like, oh, this is. I'm not gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie. This is freaking awkward as all goddamn hell. And the thing is, it's like this is the first time I ever seen a WNBA broadcast have technical difficulties. Because I'm on fucking League Pass because let's be real, it is worth it for $35 a year. Because let's be real, it's definitely worth it to keep it going. But to be honest, I can't really tell you. Yeah, that could be. That's that's gotta sucky. Oh shit. Okay, no, now right, we are back. That was fucking. Oh, all right, hang on. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna fix everything. One.
Well, we welcome you back to Atlanta.
Damn.
Arena, the Minnesota Lynx taking on Atlanta. We've had some very severe weather in the area, which caused an outage.
And now here comes the dream and down 9. It's a gray for 3. Yes, sir. Yep, we are back. So we got another turnover by the Lynx. Oh boy. So 6-point game, and I've got a quick timeout with 1:30. Oh my. Well, Mother Nature needs to fuck off at times. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna let that. Because the first time that me and my entire ever covered the WNBA, we've never, I mean, never experienced that before. But anyways, though. So yeah. So at the same time, so yeah, the last night's game between the freaking Aces and, to be quite honest, was disappointing to say the least. Because as an Aces fan, I was kind of disappointed of how they played last night, or was it the night before? I can't fucking remember because it was so freaking ridiculous to the point where it's like, oh, this shit can. Anyways, they are officially back. So now we got under 1:30 here in the first half. Dream on a 9-0 run, 6-point game. There goes McBride. Tough shot. And nope, that's going to be a foul going against the Link. Or, sorry, the Dream. The buck 21 remaining here in the first half. So 2 free throws coming. So Howard gets a technical. Because let's be real, I've watched the Aces long enough. I mean, see their 2 championship wins. Definitely live stream them both. I could be wrong. Or look like somebody. No, looks like it looks like Howard was. Looked like sorry, that was probably McBride who got the technical. So McBride to the line for 2. So Lee's put this up by 7. And the first. That is good. 49-43 here in the first half. And the second, that is good. So now we got Howard. Howard on the baseline, out to Gray. So that's Canada to the bucket. No, and yeah, gets the friendly bounce. So reach the under 1 minute mark here. Looking Williams to Collier in the post. Another foul.
Automatically says my bad as she picks up her second foul because she was late on the double team.
Late on the double team, huh? So Collier to the line for 2. And the first, he's good. Leads back up 6. Oh, no shit. And the second, she hits them both. And leads back up to 7. So now we got Howard to Canada. Canada looking out to Caldwell and back out to Jones, short. And there's Carlton has that taken away, and that is good for 2. So under 30 seconds to go. Collier. So that's McBride to Smith. Back out to Collier in the post. Collier with a little Euro can't get that to fall. And now we got a jump ball at 4. So now 14.1 to go here in the first half.
Trying to limit them to one and done and no second chance opportunities because they've been effective on those.
And now I got Williams after the Lynx won the jump ball. Williams. 2.8 on the clock. Now, so Atlanta gets it back via the turnover. And chuck it up to 3. Nope. And we are at the half here, folks. So with that being said, we're going to take a bit of a quick halftime break. And we'll be right back after the break. So that being said, stay around, stay tuned for half number 2. For those who are following me on Twitter, or coming from the Twitter live stream, make sure you guys hit that follow button on Twitter. Like I said, we're very active on Twitter as well. We're also, if you guys want to come to the YouTube side, check the link in our link tray, or just come to the Sports and YouTube Wrestling, the Sports and Wrestling Connection YouTube page. That being said, we'll be right back. You know what? Screw like getting on camera. But hey, but shout out to anyone that's tuning into the chat. What's going on, Tony? Like I said, kind of fun, doing this. Like, not say occasionally, but like when we get a chance to. I mean, earlier we had a bit of a technical difficulty, because obviously with the way that Mother Nature wants to be a complete fucking bitch at times, that didn't help. Especially they knocked out the power, in Atlanta, so kind of really didn't really, I would say, help as much, but. But overall, I mean, it's a 5 point game right now in the half. And to be honest, prior to coming out of that technical difficulty issue, that well, the Lynx gotta fix it, clean up the turnovers. Um, and if I'm the dream, kind of try to stay out of foul trouble, because right now, I would say a good portion of this game kind of really had, well, especially the foul problems, they kind of really did hurt the dream in a certain sense. But that's neither here nor there. But let's see how the Wings and the Fever are going, because I know that game is going to get out of hand quick. Means 53-46 in the third quarter. To be honest, if I'm not mistaken, Caitlin Clark's not playing in that game, or I could be wrong. Let's look at the box score, folks. Let me see. Summary. Anything? Nope. Play by play. Do we have anything? I don't know. But we appreciate all new people coming in. Tell me if you guys do find this. I know sometimes the YouTube algorithm at times is very hit and miss. As well. But I mean, when it comes to the WNBA, I guess it gets some people looked on it, especially from. Now that I think about it, I think we're kind of the one of very few creators that cover the league. Especially who does like live play-by-play type of streams. But I mean, like it's something that myself and Tyler have really kind of enjoyed of what we do here. Speaking of which, obviously we're back at it again Sunday for more WNBA action with the Storm of the Valkyries, I think. Let me take a look. So I do have the copy of the stream schedule, so I'll kind of give you guys. Yep, Storm of the Valkyries at 10 o'clock, because the Mystic and the Aces, I'll be freaking honest, that was very disappointing. An 11-point loss at home, which, let's be real, knowing the Aces, they always play well at home, but apparently this season that has really never been the case. And the funny thing is, like, I definitely will have to really talk about something, because like the one person, well, the fact that Kia does not provide anything other than just not rebounding, like her rebounding is meh. It's just there. It's like right in between. It's like she gets beat, or she actually crashes the glass. Now, my thing is with Kia, it's like it's getting to the point where it's like, or I would say, if I'm Becky, I'm starting to think maybe Kia's kind of starting to become unplayable. What I mean by that, I mean, for those who joined me last night, it was, well, let's just be real. It hasn't really been pretty, to say the least. Especially how the Aces been playing. And granted, yes, it's probably the first bad year that they've had, or could be wrong. But really, I mean, look, I'm not gonna say Becky's gonna get fired, but if the front office doesn't make any significant changes, or Becky doesn't shake things up, like I said, even on Twitter the night before, don't be surprised if Becky gets her seat warm, or is starting to warm up, because let's be real, we kind of seen where No, I don't think she's going to get fired, but I'd be shocked if she does, if I'm going to be completely honest. But do I really think it's going to happen? Probably not. Because I think this team is too talented to not underperform at the way that they're doing. Now, granted, it's what we're just 14, 15 games into the season. So not even almost the halfway point of we're almost at the halfway point of the WNBA season. And to be honest, so well, Sophie's actually that's going to be on the other game because right now we're doing the Lynx and the Dream, but I will definitely do another Fever game. And it really depends on what actually. Well, we have the time. That gives me that gives me an idea. Hold up, hold the phone. Dun, 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 dun. WNBA. What's Saturday? No. The Fever play on Sunday. They do not. Okay. What? Well, actually, hold that thought. Okay, I see how it is. Okay, so Thursday, Tuesday. Sorry, my fucking bad. I can't get my days right. July 1st, 8 o'clock will be live. I will make sure I don't have NXT scheduled at that point. No, I don't think have NXT scheduled on that day. Let me check a Rooney. Because, well, let's be goddamn real. No, we do not. All right. Not say having phone issues, because I just, all right. But yeah, so far, yeah. So Tuesday, July 1st, we'll do the fuck's the end season tournament's called now? Oh, the phone. Oh, the Commissioner's Cup. Duh. Fucking stupid. We'll do that with the Fever and the Lynx. Now, I'm hoping if Caitlin's in that game, playing the game healthy, I think that's going to be a really good game between these two. Because right now, I mean, so far, I like what I've seen from the Dream this year. Now, a couple of the games that I've watched, and especially the one that I did. Which one was it? Hold up, I know I have the playlist to actually kind of see. I'm trying to see what was the most crappy. I mean, shit, we did the draft 3 years in a row. I'll love to see it. No, that's not the playlist I'm looking for. I need. Here we go. Right, it was against the Liberty, which at first was a good game. You know, kind of trading shots back and forth. Then you had the Dream actually holding a very commanding lead towards the end of going into the fourth. And the Liberty, I guess you could say, made the Dream look like the Atlanta Falcons and blow a goddamn 17-point lead. And pretty much steal it away from the Dream, which is kind of crazy to say. Ew. And to be honest, I didn't know how to feel on that because look, I'm an Aces fan, and we are disappointing as goddamn hell. Before we approach the halfway point of the regular season, because the way how this team has been playing, I like how this roster is built. I mean, look, we're talented enough to not to fucking underperform, like I mentioned before, but Kia Stokes not bringing anything to what I expect to have on a team that has 2 titles. Oh shit! I didn't realize I can put my phone on the charger. And don't allow it. Oh, and let me actually bring the scoreboard back up on screen. Well, now we got an offensive foul and 9:26. So now we got Courtney Williams. Now to Collier. And Collier gets bumped into. That's going to be the first. First team foul, and that's going to be, I think, the third on Alicia Gregg.
Still business as usual as the Lynx had the 52-47 lead here in the third. Not just for Atlanta because
And Tony, if I don't mind asking, who's your WNBA team? If you're still in the chat. McBride out to Smith for three. No, that's too strong. And there is Jordan Canada with the rebound for the Dream. Down by 5. Here comes Howard. And Howard gets bumped. That's going to be on McBride. So 9 minutes even here in the third. So now we got Howard. Howard to Canada. Canada looking. Taking herself to Griner. Gets it to fall. And now it's a 3-point lead for the Lynx, which originally, when I looked at this game on paper, two teams above 500 coming in. Yeah, coming off a couple of losses. Smith for three. No, that's no good. And there's Canada with the rebound. So an opportunity to Griner in the post. Can she get it? No, gets her own miss, puts it back, and that gets the fall. Now it's a 1-point game here in Atlanta. That three is no good, and there goes Griner with the board. Griner so far 6 of 7 from the field, 5 boards, 17 points, and the Dream retake the lead at 50. And now we have a timeout by the Lynx. And we have a timeout by the Lynx, who so far started the third a little bit cold. Kind of anyways, though. So yeah, the Lynx coming out shooting a little cold. But damn. Give me 1 second. Yo. So I'm under 8 minutes. Here comes Courtney Williams. Looking. Nice out. Nice little volleyball action for three. Down it goes. For Carlton for three. So 20 since the delay, 20-7 run for the Dream, which I could, yeah. There's Gray pulling up from the free throw line short. And Jones can't get her own miss. And Alana Smith coming up with the rebound for the Lynx, up by 2. That's Smith to Williams. Williams for three. Bang. I got Courtney Williams now, but gets a little breathing room by 6 here in the third. Howard out to Jones now to Canada. Canada to Jones for three. And she hits that. And now the lead's back to 3. All right, what the fuck? All right, come on. I hope to God my internet's not that fucking shitty. What the fuck's happening to my damn... Collier for 3. No. All right, hang on. Let me refresh my fucking browser. Be right back. All right, let's try this again. There we go. I don't understand why StreamYard is bugging the way that it is. Now we got Canada. Now to Gray on the wing. Gray driving to the basket. No. And there's another foul going against the Lynx. So Gray to the line for 2. So 2 free throws coming. And the first is good. Nope. First is good. So 58-57, 6:18 here in the third. All right, 10 points. And make it 11. We're all not up at 58 apiece. And now we got Williams. To Collier. Now to Carlton. Now to Collier. Collier posting up. And that falls short for Collier. And good defense by Howard with the ball in her hands. Take it on Collier. Step back. Thought about a 3. And Jones in the post. And that is going to be good for 2. Plus the 3-point play for Brianna Jones. And that's going to go against Alana Smith.
And gets the and one. She's been so tough tonight in the paint underneath the basket.
So 15 points and 3 boards for Brianna Jones. And so now we got Williams. Now to Shepard. Hands it off to McBride. McBride got nowhere to go. It tense on the baseline, gets pushed out of bounds, and we're going the other way. And that's another turnover by the Lynx. So now we got Gray. Gray for 3. No, that is short. And there's Natisha Heidemann coming up with the rebound for the Lynx. Almost went St. Liberty. And Heidemann to Shepard. There's Bridget Carlton. And Collier. Oh my God. Can my foot stop the clock? So Collier's got 3. So now we got Howard to the basket. And nice hands up to Hillman. No, and that's another foul. And there's going. Really going.
So Bridget Carlton picks up her second foul, 10 turnovers for the Lynx. Atlanta. That was an adjustment that they needed to make in the first half, giving them 18 points off of them. And Allie Word from State Farm. The love they showed me.
So now we got Collier. And Collier gets fouled. That's going to be the third team foul on the damn Dream.
Cut off the baseline. Really left Collier with nowhere to go. I thought she went straight up, but again, the referee's right there with a better paper.
And the first is good.
Alicia Gray, we're on the other side. Western Conference Player of the Month of May, Lisa Collier, 4-time WNBA All-Star. Just around the corner. Make sure you get your votes in.
And somehow gets the friendly bounce. So now we got Canada. So 4:40 to go here in quarter number 3. 1-point game. Here comes Hillman. Now they're Howard. Back to Gray. Gray with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it out to Griner. No, rims it and out. Hillman with the offensive board. Howard misses. Another third opportunity for the Dream. Up by 2. Hide him in. And that is good. And here we go. Heidemann losing the mismatch. So now we got Shepard. Hands it out to Carlson. A little help. And that's poked away. Here come the Dream. Canada from coast to coast. And now this is gonna hurt. That turnovers are hurting this damn Lynx team. Collier. Fadeaway jumper. No. And here we go. The shots are going ice cold for the Lynx. So far, the first half went 17-4 on a run. Current 13-1 run. Jesus Christ, dude. I know Lynx Canada for 3. That is no good. Collier with the rebound. So 3:10 to go. Collier posting up. And that is going to be another foul going against Atlanta. Oh, get a little chippy now. And it looks like Howard. Yeah, get a little chippy.
A lot of contact going on between the two throughout the entire game. Obviously, some frustration. You could tell from Howard.
This is typical Howard. Like when she is Not so next we're going to review it. And so far it is a 6-point game for the Dream. Don't make no damn sense. God damn, my first. Look at the upcoming TV games. Got coming up next the Liberty and the Mercury. Then you got the Sparks and Chicago on Sunday at 4. And then Tuesday for the Commissioner's Cup Championship, the Fever and the Lynx. So now let's see what the call is, or see how this goes. Because with Ryan Howard getting
Sparkle was internal only. Look at it, and I was like, no, we don't. Let's take a look at what they're looking at. A lot of text is going to be sent, and the rest are done because Howard and the calling frustrated playing each other.
I mean, yeah, I don't mind getting physical, but if I'm Howard, like I need to keep my emotions in check.
Will be handed out. Both teams had to be separated by security. The overall here. You're going to tell everyone at this point, and it's a lot on the line. Atlanta in this season has been one of the best starts they've had. And they really stand for some of the gone to the season ago. Like, it's not the best player in the league right now in the future out here who returned to pitch in the last 2 games. There's respect that they are also in this arena this season. Minnesota Lynx, you mentioned from the very beginning. Back-to-back the first time this season. So, both the common foul and the technical foul have been assessed to Ryan Howard, who obviously is not pleased with that decision, but is getting explanation from the ref. Styles wants to say more. She's like, let's refocus, let's get this game. They got a lot more visible in this second half of play. Granted, there were a lot of
And that technical free throw is good. Now cuts the lead down to 5.
expected a battle. We knew it wasn't going to be easy.
Now at Heidemann. Down 5, picked up by Howard. Heidemann out to Shepard. Back to Heidemann. Heidemann to Shepard. Shepard from the mid-range. Can't shoot. Can't short. Nice offensive board. Samuelson for 3. Down it goes. Now it's a 2-point game here in the third. So now we got Howard. And she will get fouled. And the team's now over the limit in the foul trouble. So Howard tonight 6 assists with 9 points. So far been very quiet. So far in the first by Howard, she hits it. Now it leads back up to 3. And Griner's doing all she can. And hits them both. And that leads back up to 4. So now we got Heidemann leading the point. Hands up to Collier. Now to Samuelson. To Shepard. To Carlson. Carlson looking. Gives it to Collier. Heidemann, a little scoop and score. That is good for 2 from Natisha Heidemann. I love to see it. So under a $1.50 to go. We got Griner to Howard, picked up by Samuelson here, and that ball stays with Atlanta. So now we got Pow. Hands to Hillman for 3. No, sir. And there's Shepard with the board. Here comes Shepard to Samuelson. Samuelson for 3. No, wide off the mark. Now we got Pow. Now out to Gray. Back out to Pow. The $1.14 to go. And hands it to Howard. Pow for 3. No, that's wide off the mark. And now we go. And not Selman getting called for over the back.
Picks up the foul. He'll take a seat as Brittany Griner.
Under a minute to go here and another turnover by the Lynx. And Canada. Howard for 3. No, that's wide off the mark. There's Shepard with the board. Hands it to Heidemann. Heidemann to Collier. Now to Samuelson. She fires from 3. Down it goes. And 3 by Atlanta. No good there. Collier with the board. Now Heidemann leading the point. Up by 1. And now got Heidemann. Now going to get a little help from the screen to Collier. Steps inside. Should have taken 2 and final 10 here, folks. So the end of 3.
Incredible season. We certainly wish the ending was different. We did everything we possibly could. People often think that you pick up where you left off, and you don't. I enjoy the build.
All right.
Heading into the fourth quarter. So, Brittany, you guys really got it in points in the paint, 40 to 16 against the Minnesota Lynx team. 14 of those points for you. How were you guys able to get it done inside?
Just looking for each other, not standing, moving, keeping them occupied. Yeah, we were able to get them inside outside.
Also holding them to 17 points. You got
All right, final 10 we go. It's a 1-point game. Oh, why does that do that? I don't give a shit. And Dream retake the lead by 1. Here comes Heidemann to Collier. But and that's almost another turnover by the Lynx, which very surprising how the amount of turnover that the Lynx have. Collier. Also, that Shepard. He hands it off to Samuelson. Back out to Collier. Collier. And Collier's going to get fouled.
such a smart player. She's putting almost the entire team in foul trouble. Whoever switches off on her. Bree Jones is 3. Griner and Gray both are 4. Just giving Atlanta's defense all they can handle.
So, Heidemann out to Collier. Thought about it 3 steps in and falls short. Had a little bit of tip. Now we got Canada up by 1. Canada thought about 3. Will step inside for 2. No, falls short of the rim. And here comes McBride. Out to Heidemann for 3. No. And there's Samuelson. Nice grabbing the offensive board. To Heidemann. Splits a couple defenders up and under. No. Shepard to McBride for 3. Bang. Third time's the charm. Gotta love it from Caleb McBride. So far, 12 for 27. Oh, boy. And 3 for 17 for Atlanta. Howard driving. No. And she will get fouled. And she's going to go to the line for 2. Why does my... So first free throw knocked down. Enough with the picture in picture. And hits them both. We're all not up at 72. So now I got Shepard. And she's going to walk with the basketball. So that's another turnover by the Lynx.
I think on that last block that Griner had, she might have nicked her. Something on Brian Howard.
Nope, third. Collier for 3. Nope, cannot get that to fall. Gray comes down with the board. So now we got Canada in the corner. Screen by Hellman. Here comes Gray to the cup. Nope, short. Offensive board. Jones almost thought about throwing. Hamlin for 3. That is good. Yeah, like I said, that's the team that lives by the 3 and dies by the 3. Not so much 6 points, 1 and 2 from 3, and he'll hide him in. We'll draw the context and we'll line for 2, which leads.
As the shot clock is winding down, and it seems like Atlanta has nowhere to go. Enter Nas Hillman, who was left open, and the defense got there a second too late. You got to know your personnel because Nas didn't listen to shoot the ball this year. Nas Hillman shooting 34% from distance on the floor. Can't get on the floor. And he's like, hey, he has never up and down season statistically. But has been a double through the last 5 games.
And 1 and 2 from the free throw line goes hide him in. So now we got Canada up by 2. Oh, that's nice look to Hillman for 2. And now we got a timeout by the Lynx. Oh, yeah. I don't blame you.
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, broadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
Well, I might think of just probably just end this here. But that being said, appreciate you guys hanging out, and I will see you guys on the next one.